Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to be looking at EQ. Baishu, arigatou gozaimasu. And welcome back to the 11th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Prezen no Tachiden. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muri ni suru no wa yamimashou. And my just-released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We're not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcaster Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is mochiron. 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 That means for sure. Yeah, of course. Mochiron. Yes, mochiron. Mochiron. For sure, that'll happen. Yeah, that'll absolutely happen. Mochiron. Mochiron. Have you got the tickets? Mochiron. I've got them. For sure, I've got them. This is episode number 560. Today we're talking about the big badness of Baidu's EQ. Founded in 2000, Baidu has 39,800 employees and is one of the largest global AI and internet companies. Based in China, its major success has been its search engine business. Its quarterly revenues ending June 2024 were $4.67 billion US. So it is a substantial company. The head of public relations and vice president, Miss Q Jing, posted a video on social media demeaning Baidu staff, telling them she can make you jobless in this industry. She told staff she demanded they must be dedicated enough to travel by her side for 50 days straight. She doesn't care about the impact on their families and personal lives, noting, "I'm not your mum." Her mantra to the staff was, "I only care about results." She was proud to say she was so devoted to Baidu that she didn't even know what school year her son was in. She publicly posted her video outlining her leadership philosophy as an example to her PR team of how to use social media to promote Baidu. Her professional skills in PR seem dubious to me. Also, her EQ, or emotional quotient, her people skills, seems abysmal. From a Dale Carnegie How to Win Friends and Influence People viewpoint, this is a shocking leader mentality. As a so-called PR professional, her genius use of social media create a firestorm of virulent criticism of Baidu. She had to take the video down and apologize, saying she would earnestly read people's opinions and criticisms and deeply reflect on them. Days later, she was gone. The company wasn't saying the circumstances of her departure, but given the apparent brutality of their corporate culture, you'd expect they had no hesitation in firing her. Ironically, hoisting her on her own petard, so to speak. There are so many things wrong with this Baidu story, it is hard to know where to start. Fundamentally, She was making a basic leader error to think that the staff wanted what she wanted. Her case may be extreme, but often as leaders, we do assume everyone wants to work as hard as we do, that they want to get promoted like we did, and that they want to dedicate themselves to the business like we are. I don't know why she was blind to the reality that actually staff do not necessarily want what we want. They have their own goals, motivations, desires. However, sometimes we can suffer from the same malady as Ms. Q. The enterprise has goals and values, and as a leader, our job is to get everybody to fly in the same direction in formation. That means finding out what our team members want and then aligning the way we do the business to deliver what is important to the staff. It also requires us to understand their value system. Again, find lots of crossover points where the organization values fit in with the staff members' values. Find out more. We come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them in Japanese and we do them in English, do them in our super safe classroom. We do them live online. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 5th of June, our Dale Carnegie course, 12-week version. On the 6th of June, our Leadership Training for Managers program, 3-day version. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.com. co.jp. So that's www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. So that's greg.story, STORY, at dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs right up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television. Don't forget to grab my business best-selling books on Japan on Amazon. Japan Sales Mastery, which is Saegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Presen no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru wa yamemashou, and my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Welcome back. The only way to do that is to communicate with the staff and through casual conversation uncover what is important to them. Interrogating the team like a crime-solving detective on their deeply held values isn't the way to do it. Have coffee or lunch in an informal situation and built up gradually over time is the better approach. Creating a threatening video is definitely not the way to go, and 99.99% of people would get that, even if Miss Q didn't. Nevertheless, ask yourself, are you making an assumption about what your team wants based on your imagination and no actual conversations with them? As the boss, we get busy. We're working away in the business and so are too busy to work on the business. This is how things can slip by us. And before you know it, the last time you had a meaningful conversation with your staff was years ago. That is okay, except that people's lives change. They get married, have children, have to take care of aging parents, age themselves. And what was important to them 5 years ago isn't the same today, but we don't know that. Using fear as the driver for motivation like Miss Q does work, but it is a very blunt tool. Miss Q's outburst is remarkable in an economy where there's a lot of job mobility. Those staff suffering the mad ravings of a demonic leader can move to a better company because they have choices. Japan is just the same, and job mobility has never been higher or easier in this country. As the boss, We have to be aware of that and make sure that what we do and what we say are working well to keep our people engaged and with us. What is the culture of Baidu? I don't know. But if Miss Q can become head of PR and rise to VP, then it would seem things are pretty rotten inside the organization. What is the culture inside your organization by comparison? In our case, we've set priorities around our values. Number 1 is your health. Number 2 is your family's health. Number 3 is company health. Making that statement is one thing, and living it is entirely different. This is where leadership comes in by being congruent with what you are saying by doing it. I doubt we can find any framed posters inside Baidu which say the company values are, number 1, treat people like dirt, etc. I'm sure many of us have highfalutin value statements beautifully framed behind glass and placed in prominent positions within the walls of the company. Fine. What about the walking the talk? Are we living what we preach? I doubt Baidu is doing that, but before we get too deep into Schadenfreude, let's take a cold, hard look at ourselves. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So, be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.